Namaste dosto. Recently, the Australian government announced a new migration strategy for the next 10 years. This new strategy has significant implications for international students, and it affects all those who want to come to Australia for work and permanent residency. In today's video, we will dive into the details of how this new strategy impacts the international students and engineers, particularly civil engineers. With this new migration strategy, the Australian government aims to reduce net migration to Australia to the pre-pandemic level by the next financial year. They argue that the current system has loopholes, such as employers exploiting temporary visa holders and some students manipulating visas to extend their stay in Australia. To address these issues, the government has outlined a series of measures with a specific timeline for implementations. Now let's examine how these changes will affect international students with the focus on civil engineers. With this new action plan, the Australian government seeks to enhance the integrity and quality of international education for international students. Under this new strategy, be prepared for stricter English language requirements, a new genuine student test, and some modifications to post-study work visa. Many students are wondering why these changes. According to the new migration strategy document released by the Australian government, most temporary migrants in Australia are students, graduates, or New Zealand citizens. If you look at this figure, then you can see that roughly 40% of those are students and graduates. If you look at this very interesting figure, you can see that more than 50% of international graduates in Australia end up in low level jobs despite being qualified for the top level positions. This is the problem government wants to fix with this new strategy by closing loopholes that allow some students to stay in Australia for up to 9 years working in lower level jobs without achieving a skilled visa or permanent residence. Under this new migration strategy, key changes for international student visas include stricter English language requirements. The required IELTS or equivalent score will go up from 5.5 to 6 for all international student visa applications. Also, the required score for temporary graduate visas will also go up from 6 to 6.5. Another significant change is the introduction of a new genuine student test for all international students. This test aims to filter out non-genuine applicants, ensuring that the students who come to Australia really want to study in Australia and plan to return to their home countries upon course completion. Under this new policy, the most impactful decision affecting many international students is the reduction in the length of the graduate visa. If you look at under current settings, a bachelor's degree student gets 2-year post-study work visa, which stays same under the new policy. A master's by coursework student gets 3 years post-study work visa, which will reduce to 2 years. A PhD holder currently receives a 4-year work visa, but under the new policy, it will reduce to 3 years. Now, depending upon where a student completes their education in Australia, they may be eligible for a second temporary graduate visa. However, the currently available extension of work rights for some occupations will not be available under this new policy. Dosto, under this new policy, the maximum age eligible for a temporary graduate visa will be reduced to just 35 years. Now, we are not sure whether this policy or this particular rule will be applicable for those who have already taken admission into Australian universities and are turning 35 before completing their course. Again, we will see what the government says on this in future in the new year. But this is a huge decision. It will change what kind of students, what age group Australia wants as international students. Under the new strategy, upon the expiry of the graduate visa, the international students or international graduates working in skilled occupations will also be able to apply for a new skills in demand visa or the current temporary skills shortage visa. The government plans to reduce or relax the experience requirements for these visas so that international graduates can migrate, can move from graduate visa to skilled visa easily. And they also plan to reform the current points system, and under the new system the government has stated that it will be easier for international graduates working in skilled occupations or skilled jobs to get a permanent residency. These are really nice decisions, and I think all of them favor civil engineers because our occupation is in huge demand in Australia. Let's talk about the temporary skills visa changes. So the government has already raised the eligible salary for temporary skills shortage visa from 53,000 to 70,000 Australian dollars per year. So if you earn more than 70,000, then only you will be eligible for the temporary skills shortage visa. Now, under this new strategy, they also plan to introduce two new visa options. These are skills in demand visa and specialist skills visa. Now, skills in demand visa will be a 4-year visa with full mobility and permanent residency pathway. Full mobility here means that you can switch jobs very easily and you will have a definite and easy path to get permanent residency. The specialist skills visa will be available for those who have specialist skills and earn more than 135,000 Australian dollars per year. We will talk about both of these visa options in another video. One thing I want to mention here is that under this new strategy, the international graduates will also be eligible for the skills in demand visa. One more thing about the specialist skills visa is that it will have a very quick processing times, and the government plans to return the applications within a week. So in this video, we looked at various changes this government plans to introduce to different visa options under this new migration strategy and how they affect international students and engineers, particularly civil engineers. Overall, if you look at the changes, some changes favor international graduates working in skilled occupations, giving them an easier pathway for gaining permanent residency. Now, there are some decisions which will stress a lot of international students, both current and future students. For example, the reduction in the maximum eligible age for the graduate visa to 35 years. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for more information on the implementation of these changes in the new year. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel for more videos like this. Thank you.